Hello and welcome everyone to this video on implementing CRUD operations in SAP Build by ZaranTech. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our ZaranTech YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any update from us.
Hey everyone, welcome. Today we are diving deep into the heart of data management in SAP Build app, that is CRUD operation. Ever heard the acronym CRUD, but weren't sure about what it meant? Well, in the world of application, CRUD stands for create, read, update and delete. The fundamental actions user need to manage data. And guess what? SAP Build app makes handling CRUD operation a breeze. In this video, we will show how to leverage the platform's built-in functionalities to create a powerful and user-friendly interface for adding, viewing, editing, and deleting data within your app. Whether you are building customer management system, a project tracker, or anything in between, understanding CRUD operation in SAP Build app is essential. So buckle up, data enthusiasts, and get ready to master CRUD in SAP Build app. Let's build some dynamic and data-driven application together. So what you need to do, first you have to come to SAP Build lobby, then you have to click on create button, and then you have to choose build an application, then SAP Build app, then web and mobile application. Then let's name our project as CRUD application and give a description performing CRUD operation. Description is not mandatory, but it is for you when you are creating an application. So our description gives a brief or meta information about your task which you are going to do. So our template is loading. So what you need to do is, first we will see what it's showing. So our text is showing, our title is showing. So let's remove this text. We do not need that. So what we need to do, first we need to add some container to group our elements. So container is here. You can also see all your components here in a tree. So what you need to do, drag this headline into your container. See, a title has been came inside our container. So our container has title. Now you have to create two input fields inside that. You can drag and drop your components here, or you can directly drag and drop your components in tree. See, when you drag and drop here also, you will be able to add your component. So first component is added, in first input field is added, then add second input field, and let's rename, let's give them a label. So we are going to create an employee management system. So two things we will be taking as an input, that is name of the employee, and another is email of the employee. We are not taking much things, so our task will be less. You can add more or less fields in that. After that, you need to add a button. Let's add a button to our UI, to our container. So button is here. So let's rename our button as create, because it will create entry in our database. So we have added a create. So next thing we need to do is to show, means when you will be showing your data to user. So for that you need a scroll view component. So here is a scroll view component which will come down your button. So yeah, scroll view has came. Scroll view will help you to scroll between multiple items. And what another thing is you need to add is list item. Yeah, here it is list item, and you have to drag and drop list item in a scroll view. Means scroll view will have a list of items which you can scroll through. So that is for this page, and let's save it. This is our first page. Okay. For the next page, let's rename this headline as create entry. So this will create a new entry in that. So let's create another page. You have to click on home page. Let's give it here, and let's give it as second page, or let's give it details, where you will able to see your details. So detail page is loaded here. So again, you need to remove this text from here and add a container to it. Let's add a container. Container is basically you helpful for organizing your data, UI components. So we have added a container here, and next thing you need to add inside it and put a headline inside. Means headline will be inside our container, and let's rename this headline to view details. So yeah, we have renamed the headline, and let's add a list item to show our details. So where is our list item? Here you will get a list item segment. You can drag and drop here in your UI component, in your UI canvas. So we have added a list item, and now we have to add an input field to it. So let's drag and drop an input field here. So input field has been added, and now we have to add two buttons. Two buttons means for updating and deleting the data from your database. So let's add, this is input field. We have to add a button. First button came here and second button came here. And let's label this as update. This will work for update. This input text means anything which we will put inside it, or anything which we will bind inside it, this input field will be updated. So the first button, let's rename this first button as update, and let's rename this second button as delete. So first and second button has been named update and delete. So yeah, let's save this. Now we have to go to our home page. Let's come to home page, and now let's create a local data, which will be a local data element will be stored in local data storage. So for that you have to come to data section, and then you have to create data entity. So when you will click on this create data entity, and let's name the entity as employee, because we are making an employee management system. So let's name as employee. When you will click on add button, so you will get a page like this. You can add field here. When you will click on this, you can add field here, and ID field will be present by default here. Let's add a new field to it. Let it be field be name and email. So let's click on add button. Field name should be name, type will be text, and add. So one field has been added, and another field will be email. Let's click on, write email, and its type also will be of text type. So we have three columns in our data entity, which is ID, name, and email. ID will help you to differentiate between different names and email. It will act as a primary key. We will not call it as a primary key, but it will act as a primary key. So yeah, basic things have been done. Now we need to create two data variables. So coming to UI canvas, and for creating data variables, you need to go to variables. Here it is view, and when you will click on this part, you will navigate to variable. Now you will come to data variable. Here are three different types of variable: app, page parameter, data variable. So description has been mentioned here. Data variable are like page variable, but their schema is defined, but the data entity they are linked to. Additionally, that contains default logic to fetch data from backend and populate it to variable. So basically, they are used to hold any record, any data or information in them. So let's add a variable. Let's add two variables. First, when you will click on add variable, they will let you choose the entity. When you will click on employee, so yeah, here it comes, and what kind of variable you want to create. Let's name it as CR. Means it will help you to create a record. So what type of it should be? Let's choose it as a new data record, and name is CR, and let's save it. And let's create another variable of employee, and yeah, let's name it as group of records. Means it will help you to read the records. CR for create record, and GR for able to read group of record. So for GR, you have to select collection of record, because there will be number of record. You can also add filter condition, ordering, paging, but that is not required for now. So we will not do that, and let's save it. After saving it, we'll go to view back. We'll come back to view and we'll bind name and email input text box to create data variable. So yeah, let's come here, and when we will click on name, we will able to add a data variable here. So here when you will click here on name, here a value segment is here. When you will click on value, choose data variable again, and when you will click on CR, you will able to see we will bind name with this. So see, CR.name is binded to name input field, and when you will come here, come again, click on value, click on data variable, then again data variable, then CR, and then you will choose email, and then when you click on save button, email is also linked to email input field. So we have binded our name and email input field to it. So what now we have to do? Now we have to add logic to our button, which is our create button. So click on create button, and when you will click down here button, then our logic canvas will be opening. So what you have to do, like this is a create button. So whenever you will click on create button, it should create a record. So you will come to down the data segment, and here you will find a UI component which is create record. So when you will drag and drop here and connect your button on create record, see what will happen. So there are multiple events which will happen on clicking on button. So there are, when you click here, let me show you component tab. There are multiple component tab, property label, multiple option, but we will let it be component tab as by default, because when we will tap on the button means when we will click on the button and the new record will be created. So yeah, let's click on, see, now you have to click on create record. So see, resource name is by default employee, because as of now we have only one and data entity, so we will having only one. See, only one employee is showing here, and data entity for object with 3 properties: ID, name, and email. So by default we have only one, so we will able to use that. So come to records to bind your custom objects. So when you will click on custom objects, so then you have to come here and see, you have to bind name and email with your here. So when you will click on this ABC section, you have to go to data variables. You have to go to again data variables. Yeah, see, again you get CR. Then you will be getting, let me see which thing which we are binding. It is name or email. Yeah, sorry, it was name. So again we will go data variable, and CR. Yeah, click choose name. My bad, choose name. See, name is binded to name segment, and let's come to email, data variable, CR, email. Email is also binded. So yeah, when you will click on these 2 icons, the entity will be updated by name and email. Name and email will be updated. So what is happening here? The data variable CR is holding the value entered by user and passing it to the local storage. So yeah, that's all for creating a record. Let's put it down and let's save it. Now what thing, other create part is done. Now what we have to do is for read part. So we have already have a list item. Let's click on list item. Yeah, list item is here, and you have to click on repeat with, because there are number of items, means there could be number of employees in your employee database. So you will use repeat with property. When you will click on repeat with function, you have to go to data variables, then again data variables. Now for you have created a record, now you have to see group of records. So we'll click on GR. When you will click on GR, you have to click on GR and you have to save it. Yeah. So we have a binded, see, you will get some text, means Laurel Epsom label, means you have binded your GR, group of record is binded. Now you have to rename your primary label. So primary labels should be your name. So go to data variable and again data variable, and you will have to choose CR, and let's choose name and save it. And again, you have to come to secondary label. Sorry, my bad. Here you have to come to CR. That is not the correct way. You have to come to here. Now you do not have to come to data and variable. You have to go data item in repeat, because there are multiple items. So you have to click on current, and current you have to choose name. Means whichever record you will click, that record will be shown here. Current dot name will be here. And for secondary label, you have to come again to data item repeat, then current, and then you have to choose email. So secondary email will label will be email. So yeah, that's all for create and read. Let's test it now. We will save your application and go to launch section, open preview portal. After clicking on open preview portal, yeah, we will get open web preview. When we'll see CRUD application is here, open. Yeah, name and email is here. Let's enter name John, and let's enter his email as john@email.com. And as soon as we hit on create button, yeah, one item must be created, but it is not showing. Let's reload our page. Yeah, see, one item has been added here. Let's add some few more. Let's add James, and email will be james@email.com. Yeah, two entry has been created. So we have created on create button. Let's reload again our application. See, 2 items have been added to our employee database. Let's come back to our UI canvas. So we have done with create and read. Now we will need to add page parameter to pass value to next page, because on next page we are performing update and delete. So for that we need to go to details page and come to variable section. And now you have to create 3 page parameters. 3 page parameter for ID, name and email. Add parameters. Let's parameter name be here. Let's it be ID. And type will be text. Let's give a prefix p underscore. Means it will tell you that it is a parameter. Helpful for you. A naming convention helps you to differentiate between different variable. Let's another be p name, and parameter value will be type will be text only. Let's add third parameter. Third parameter will be email. Yeah, type will be text only. So we have added 3 page parameters. Now come back to our home page. So select the list of item and open the flow logic. So let's select the list of item and open the flow logic. Means whenever we will click on this list of item, whichever item you will click, like see here 2 items are showing John and James. What we are trying to achieve, like when we click on John detail will be shown on the next page. That is what we are trying to achieve. So click on the list of item, open the flow logic, UI canvas. So what you need to do is that you have to add navigation. How will navigation to that page? So add a navigation component. When we'll click on that, opens a page. Let's click that here, connect here. And when you here, see which page will be opening. Let's see which page. Yeah, see page is by default selected details, as if now we have only 2 page and we are currently on home page. So next page will be obviously our detail page. So yeah, we will be moving to our details page. So see, it has also picked our parameters which we have created on details page. That is p email, p ID, p name. So see, we have given our prefix as p underscore, which is helping us to identify that these 3 are page parameters and will help you to differentiate between parameters and data variables. So what we need to do that now we have to we have got our page parameters. So we will be we will be binding our P email and P ID and P name with suitable values, suitable data variables. So what we need to do that, we need to configure them. So for click on the binding icon, this is the binding icon. See, here you will get option data item and repeat, because it is list of item. So P email, and you have to click on current, you have to select on email, it will select the email for you. You have to come to P ID, come to data item and repeat, current, and you have to select ID. So it will bind ID with your that, come here with name, data item and repeat, current, and you will have to bind name here. So name will be binded here. So yeah, we have binded everything, name, ID and email. Let's save our application and go to our details page. Let's go to this is our details page, and the list item, and this is our list item. Let's add a primary label. Click on primary variable, data variable, choose page parameters, and it will be P name. And the secondary label, data variable, page parameter, and it will be P email. So yeah, we will be getting P name and P email in this in whichever text which we have selected, in whichever list item which we have clicked on the previous page, we'll be navigating secondary page also. So we have given secondary label also. When the user click on any specific record on the home page, then he will be navigated to details page and the specific record will be shown. So yeah, that's all for this, and we have created our page parameters also. Let's know how to achieve the update functionality. So on details page only, let's create a data variable which will hold the record. Sorry, my bad. Variables will be created from here. Put this down and let's create a data variable. So what we need to do, we want to update any record, which we want to update email. So let's name it new email. Let's give us new email, and type will be text only. So yeah, we have created a new variable which is new email with page variable. Sorry, we have created by mistake app variable. We do not need app variable. We need a page variable, which can be used in complete page. They are coming here, and we will add as new email, and type will be text only. So our page variable is created, and my name is new email. So new email. So we will go back to UI canvas on view, and we need to bind our data variable. So yeah, what we will do is click on value. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I think we are missing something. I guess we are not missing anything. We have created a page variable which will carry our email to information to add a page variable, new email. Back to view, we will have came and bind the input field. Let's bind our input field, and value will be we will go to data variables, page variables, and new email. So yeah, we have binded this with a new email. It will anything which we will insert right in this input text input field, which will be saved in a new email variable. So yeah, that's all for this. Now click on the update buttons. Let's get the update button functionality. The email, when we will click on email update button, the email should be updated to our local storage for the particular employee which we are updating. So we will go to our logic canvas. We have came here. Let's click on Well, now we have to go down and we have to choose. Yeah, here we come update record. Yeah, we got a component update record. Let's connect this update record. Yeah, let's click on that. See, update now here resource name is by default employee because we have only one entity to data entity. So now what we have to do? We have to find the ID, which element ID you want, which input ID. Sorry, my bad. I got fumbled. Which input ID you want to update. So let's click on that. We will find the ID. So we have to click on ID and now get to data variables. Now go to page parameters. Yeah, you will get PID. This will tell us which ID has been selected. And now go to a custom object. And in email section, you need to go and choose data variable and page variable. And what you need to do, we have to use this new email to update our data entity. So when you will click on save button, it will save, and let's click here to check. We have saved our application. Let's test it. So yeah, let's refresh our application once for our safety purpose. So let's click on John. Yeah, we have navigated to John, and currently John email is john.email.com. So let's update it with new@email.com. Hopefully it will be get updated. Let's click on update button. Yeah, that is not showing here. Let's go back to home page. See, you have got John has got a new email. Means we have assigned a new email to John, which is a new email new@email.com. Let's add something new. Let's add a new employee be Puppy, and let's email will be puppy@gmail. Let's give it gmail.com, and let's add this employee in our employee database. See, we have created an entry. It will show. Let's reload up the application. Abhi is here. When we will click on Abhi, see Abhi and details are showing here. Now we want to update Abhi's email. So let's new email be abhi@hotmail.com. And when you will click on update button, Abhi's email address will be updated. Let's go back to home page. And see, right now, abhi@hotmail has been updated here. So for now, we have done with create, read, and update. Only thing which is left is delete. Let's go back to our application and let's click on delete button. And when you select the delete button, click on logic canvas. When you will click on logic canvas, you will get a UI component that is delete record, and you have to add event tab to delete record. Yeah, when you will click on delete record, see employees here. We have to bind ID with that. So you have to go to data variables. Then you have to go to page parameters. You have to go to PID. So we'll get the ID of the line item which you have inserted, which you want to delete. Let's save that. That's all which we need to do with delete, because you do not want to change anything. You do not want to update anything. The thing you need is to delete a record. So yeah, that's all. Let's save our application. I think that has not been saved due to some technical issue. Maybe some internet glitches. Yeah, let's put it down. Let's test it. I don't think that has been saved, because if we will save, then it will be shown clearly. Let's see, we have gone James record. Let's click on delete. Let's see, delete is working or not. We have clicked on delete button. Let's come back. See, currently we are not able to delete any record, because previously we were not able to save our application due to, there is an internet issue, I guess. Let's save it again.